cuties, it's Carolyn Zook here with Zook Stitch, and today is Saturday, August 12th, 2023. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you are here spending part of your day or your evening with me. I hope your August is going well so far. I can't believe we're almost halfway through August. I swear it just started. So not much of an update from this week, just working away. Still working from home, which is lovely. Still enjoying my desk and my chair. I saw a couple comments about people who said that they also worked on a folding chair for a long time, and a desk chair is lovely, and it is. Yesterday was World Cross Stitch Day, so happy World Cross Stitch Day. It kind of snuck up on me. I think Gary was saying that in his video, and I was like, yeah, it kind of sneaks up on me. So I didn't really do anything out of the ordinary. I stitched, I worked, and then I stitched, which is kind of what I do most days. So it was nice. It was fun. And yeah, so it's just been a regular week, just gearing up for the new school year, which we don't start until after Labor Day this year. So we have an extra week to prepare, which means I'm waiting an extra week. You would think it means, hey, great, I won't be so stressed out. But all that means is, oh, I'll just start later. Not saying I'm the smartest tool in the shed, sharpest tool in the shed. See, point in case. And so, yeah, so work is going fine. Just meetings and working away. So that was my week. We've had a very lovely summer so far, weather-wise. We are heading into a big heat wave. It's last night when I checked, I haven't checked this morning yet, but last night they said that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be 103 each day. Now, and the days leading up to that and the days following, it's still going to be climbing up to 103 and climbing down from 103. So it's going to be a very hot week. We haven't hit 100 yet officially this summer. Which I know my Arizona friends are like, cry me a river. My Texas friends are like, cry me a river. But we aren't supposed to get that hot up here. We're supposed to be mid-80s is supposed to be our average, which it has been this summer. It's been a pretty okay summer. So I am not looking forward to this week a whole lot, but I have air conditioning, which I'm very grateful for. There's windows all along this side, and that is where the afternoon heat comes in. So when I work, I'll just keep those curtains closed, and they will help keep out a lot of the heat. And it is cooler downstairs because of the air conditioning. And I just wanted to say real quick as well that my thoughts are with Lahaina in Hawaii. It's just absolutely heart-sickening to see what happened with the wildfires there, and my heart just goes out. I was in Lahaina once. That's my only connection. I went to Maui once, and we spent the day in Lahaina, and it's, it will never be the same, and it's just terrifying because there was nowhere for those people to go, and when I hear about it on the news, it's like a punch to the gut. I just wanted to say that my heart is with anybody who is impacted, visited, has family there, friends there, live there, anything like that. So know that we're keeping you in our thoughts. So that said, let's get into Q&A. I'm not through all the comments yet. How that work has come in. I need to figure out a new system for going through comments. But I did see a question from Lulu, who just left a question last night, who asked, okay, I know that you plan ahead, and she said, I know that you like a 2-year planner, but how do you use the second year? So Lulu, I think what you're asking is, how do I kind of plan ahead? So this is my 2022-2023 calendar. Which we have, 4 more months left in it? 4.5 months. But what I wanted to show you was my new 2024-2025 calendar, and I just get the monthly. And how do she said, well, what do you do with the second year? And a lot of my early planning, when I get ideas, well, one, this is my notebook that I keep my Flosstube notes in. So you can see I have all sorts of notes. And usually in the back, I start from the back. I didn't do it in this one, but I start from the back and I just do ideas. Like, could this be my rotation for next year? Just kind of as I'm thinking, as I'm going through the year, what am I motivated by? What do I feel like I want to do? This year I just inserted random note pages that I just scribble on. And you can see, like, I cross things out. I get an idea. I cross things out. I redo it. Because part of the fun for me is in the thinking about it. And this is very much my father and me. This is very much my father and me. The fun of the project, a lot of it is in the planning and thinking like, oh, I could do this and this and this and this. And then Xing that out and redoing it. So I kind of keep notes and tabs of like, what might it look like? How does it feel? And then I have time to think about it for a while. So I do kind of a lot of my thinking ahead of time to see like, how would that feel? And then I'm like, that feels really constricting. I don't think I want to do that. And so that's kind of how I plan ahead of time. But with 2024, 2025, so we're obviously not in 2024 yet. And so I use sticky notes. So you can see I don't have much for January. I know that this will be Bringo for the Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge because that's what we do every January. I did go through and put a sticky note because Garan came out with their designer focus list for 2024 already. So I put the designer there. So as I am planning, as I'm getting close to planning, I can get an idea of what is the designer for that month. So February, here's the good one. So February, I have the designer focus, which is Heartstring Samplery. And then because I started One Nation and E Pluribus Unum, I knew that in February we have President's Day. And I knew that my goal was to give each time we have like a national holiday, federal holiday like that, I want to give 3 days to each of these. So I just went through and just put, now whether or not it's actually going to end up being on these 3 days, I don't know. But this is my idea. And they're sticky notes, so I can remove them and no one is the wiser. March, so like next March, is my birthday month, and I'm thinking, I don't know for sure, but these are all past birthday starts. So wouldn't that be fun to give 5 days? Because that's kind of the role I've been on this year, which is, oh, I really like 5-day rotation for certain months, like I did in July for Jolly July. So I'm thinking, hey, could I do that in March? I don't know that we'll end up this way because this doesn't give me room for like a birthday new start, right? And maybe I'll be out of town. Like, I don't know. So this is just my pre-planning. But then you can see over here, the designer focus for March, and this is put up by Garan, is JBW Designs. Well, now that I've organized all my charts, I know that I have some JBW designs, and the one I want to start, or that I think I want to start, is A Friend So Dear. That can change, but that's one I've kind of tentatively decided on for March. So that's kind of how I just use sticky notes, and as I get ideas throughout the year, I just put them on sticky notes. And they change a lot. But one of the things that I like about the designer focus, which I'm not really doing this year, but what I like about the designer focus is, now that my charts are organized and accessible, is that I can go through in my stash and use what I have in my stash, right? So that's kind of what I love about it. 2025, I don't have anything. Like, even I haven't started planning for 2025 yet. So that's kind of how I plan for 2024. And then as we get into 2024, I'll do the same thing with 2025. I'll put sticky notes in. When Garan, usually mid-year, they come out with their designer focus for the following year. So I'll put those in on sticky notes. At some point, people are going to be like, well, what do you want to start for New Year, New Start, that type of thing. So I just use sticky notes. I hope that helps answer that question. If you have more questions about how I use the 2-year planner, let me know. Or if that didn't answer your question, let me know. I thought it was a great question. And I mean, it's been 10 minutes and I could talk about it for days. I have an FFO to show you. I picked up my frame piece. This is the wedding gift from the wedding that was in January 2020. So this is Stars Bright by Lindy Stitches, which today is Stephanie Webb's birthday. So if you see her on Facebook, be sure to wish her a happy birthday. I got this framed at Michael's, and I'm quite happy with it. It is, if you look very, very, very closely, it is a little warpy over there, but it doesn't bother me. I'm very happy. They are 10 minutes from my house, so it is a very convenient option. And I chose this, like, I don't know the color scheme of my friend's home, but I thought the wood kind of, like, it kind of goes with, you know, the breast of the birds, and it's kind of like a modern frame, but I don't know, it just felt comfortable, if you will. And it really shows off the colors of the border, which I love. And I thought they did a really nice job, right? Like, they have this, they have the sticker. So this was from my Michaels. So now that I've shown that to you, I could get that shipped off. Which, you know, better late than never, right? So that's my FFO for the week. Okay, let's get into WIPs. Because I have a lot to show you. Well, not a lot, but I don't. Oh, no, I forgot to take this off the hoop. Okay. So, it's fine. Everything's fine, guys. Let me take this off the hoops for you. So the first one is Woodland Christmas. This is Tiny Modernist, and I am in the Crazy Annie's kind of auto ship club for the charts. And I showed them all last week, so I won't show them all again. But last week I was working on part 2, which I finished. I finished that block, very cute. And then I started on block 3, which will look like this. This is my 25/7. So 25/7 is a Facebook group by my watches. By Melanie Watkins, where you stitch 25 stitches a day or 25 minutes a day. And I do 25 minutes a day. So you can see the first one kind of. Here's the second one that we finished. Isn't that cute? I think she turned out so cute. This block number 2, took me about 8.2 hours to complete. The first one took me a little longer, partly because there was supposed to be like a tulip or something in there. And I changed it to a snowflake. I think Kay did that first, and then I copied her because I liked the snowflake better. So hopefully you can see that. And then I started on block 3, which I'm just starting on the border. My goal on this one is just working on it 25/7 during the month of August. I actually started the last week of July. And then I would like to finish it next year, I think. I think that's going to be my goal for next year. On block 3, I'm going to make another change. So again, you can see there's this little flower. I'm just going to put a snowflake, like I'm just going to see what snowflake will fit in there and just put a snowflake in there. I think it's really, really cute. I love the ornaments. So, and I think I have a good shot at finishing block number 3 this month as well. Okay, next up is Floral Pumpkins. This is my Millhill kit. My first Millhill kit that I've ever done. So it's a buttons and beads. This is what it will look like when it's, sorry about the glare. But you can see there's pumpkins and then a bunch of florals coming out of it. And I love working on this one. It's slow going, right? I am beading as I go, which, you know, is making it slow. So what I did on this one is I kind of went back over here and started filling in over here and then moving my way across. I had a lot of this floral up here done already. Now this is supposed to be full coverage. It's supposed to be on perforated paper, but this is supposed to be on full coverage. and all these stitches in the background are supposed to be stitched. I'm not stitching those because it's almost the same color as my fabric, and I see no need. You can see where I'm started. I just started, so there's like the floor or table or something in purple there. I started that over there. But I'm beading as I go because this will all fit in my Q-snap all at once. I'm just stitching this on 28 count Dove Gray. So that is where I'm at. And so I started on the gourd right here. And so you can see a little bit better. So I started on that gourd. So I finished that pumpkin. I did some work in here. Now I ran out of a color, and I think it's a Carolyn fault, not a Millhill kit fault. I think because, you know, when you get these Millhill kits, you have to separate all the colors. I think I got some of the colors wrong. So this light orange that you see here in the pumpkin, I think I identified that as a wrong color because I ran out and there's a bunch more of it over here and a pumpkin over here. So it's like, no problem, because they use DMC, which is great, super easy. And they even give you the DMC numbers. So you know exactly what it is. Well, when I went to my stash, and I even had it in my stash, and I'm like, great, it didn't match. And I'm like, oh. And so I had a little string left over, and I took it to Joann's, and I think I matched it up with, actually didn't even look on the chart to see if it was actually a color that was included. It's easy to do. I found a color that seems to match. If it's not quite exact, it'll be fine because it's a pumpkin. Pumpkins have variations in them. So I'm not too worried about it. I feel like I started this at last year's Pacific Stitch Summit, Northwest Pacific Stitch Summit, and I didn't know, because I had never done a Millhill kit, how hard it would be to separate out the colors. So I did some of it at the retreat, and then I did some of it when I got home with my DMC card, and I don't know. I'm not worried about it. It's an orange. I think I found the match at Joann's, and that's fine. We'll just use that one unless I get it in and it looks really terrible, and then I'll go back to the drawing board. But I am really, really happy and really excited about this one. And so, oh, my little thing fell off here. So I am going to aim to finish it, I think, this month. So that is Floral Pumpkin. And Floral Pumpkin, so this month's magazine monthly acrostic is Roots, R-O-O-T-S, and it's kind of for both of the O's because pumpkins are round. So that was my rationale. Next up, we worked on Summer Montage, which is artwork by Janet Stever and charted by Pain Free Crafts, and I am right up here in that first rows. The shape that I have so far makes it look like it's going to be a tulip, so I'm kind of working my way down. So I kind of have this section done, and you'll see it kind of looks like, is that going to be a tulip? It's not going to be a tulip. It's going to be a rose. Okay. So you see what I mean? You could see kind of how, like, if this continued over here, it would make a nice tulip. But it's on. So I got, I stitched more down here in this area. I did do a little bit more of this border down here. I got a total of 403 stitches in, and I am now at 2.41% on this one. So that feels good. And it's enjoyable. I am excited to get to the point where I see more of the rows coming through. So I will probably, when I pull this out this weekend for my seasonal Sunday, I will probably kind of try to fill in more of this area down here and then kind of go back in, because I like to try to, it's fun for me. You kind of start where you start and where the threads take you. And then that's kind of how I do it, because I use Pattern Keeper. So I could see there's some spaces in here that I want to fill in to complete that, and then maybe go back up here and fill in the center. I don't think I'll get all of this done by next week, but that's the game plan on this one. So that's fun. That's a fun one to work on. And then, in honor of World Cross Stitch Day, I decided to pull out a stitching shelf by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is artwork by Amy Stewart. We started this, a big group of us started this last year for World Cross Stitch Day. So I pulled it out and I worked on it 3 days. I am right up here in the very top corner of that. So that is where I'm at. Sorry, my phone keeps dinging even though I did put it on Do Not Disturb. There we go. So let me show you. And I am stitching this on 18 count Aida. It's like an antique white Aida. And it's a bed sheet, as Candy calls it. Okay. So here is where I got to. So what I did is I did a bunch of fill-in. I'll try to insert a before picture if I can. I did a bunch of fill-in. So there were a bunch of blanks in here. And I filled all this in down to about right here. There's like a few, you can see there's a few little holes in there yet. And then I did start on this black over here because I just needed, this is so confetti heavy. I'm doing the Max Colors version, which has 238 colors. And I am going to need to figure out a new floss system to work from because what I'm doing now, it just isn't, it's very annoying. I mean, you have 238 colors, so any system is going to be cumbersome, but I think I have a better way to organize my floss colors. So this is where we're at, where it looks like. This counts for the S in roots for a stitching shelf. I got a total over 3 days. I got a total of 974 stitches. And I started at 0.58% done. And I ended at 0.84% done. So making progress. I mean, I don't pull it out very often. One of the things, speaking of planning for next year, that I have realized this year that I have really missed is doing like a monthly rotation on my heids, which I did last year. Not necessarily on this piece, but on like Cat Alphabet and Cardinal Cottage. Like I just gave them 1 day, 1 day a month, and it was just enough. Like on one hand, it's like, that's not very much time. But on the other hand, it's just enough to see progress at the end of the year. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can do that for next year without feeling kind of trapped in or overwhelmed. So that is everything that I stitched on this week. So it was good. Okay. Everything fell down here in the screen. Okay, so let's do haul. So I got my October issue of Just Cross Stitch. I haven't even opened it yet. I just got it in the mail yesterday. And I know I owe you a bunch of flip throughs. It is on my list to do. Then I made a Garan order, and this is 100% Gary's fault for his 8-hour chart stash dive, which I asked you guys last week if you wanted to see a stash dive from me, and several of you said yes. So I will do. Mine will not be 8 hours. Number one, I don't think I have as many charts as Gary does. Number two, I don't have fabrics picked out. Well, I was thinking about, I'm like, I'm going to do the charts, and then I do have a kitted project drawer upstairs, so I think I'm going to show you those as well. And so some of them are kits, right, which will go fast, and some of them are projects that I have kitted up that are ready to go. I just haven't started yet. So that will be coming sometime. Okay, so I placed a Garan haul or order, and these are all ones that Gary had in his stash and he showed that I needed to have. So first up is Madame Chantilly. This is Berries and Robins. I love it. I don't know if you can see, but here this one says home, and I think this is basically the same one, just horizontal. This is the one I plan to do. I think it's really cute. I think it's a cute like winter piece without being like Christmas. And then it also includes this cute, like, Valentine's Day piece holding a little letter. I don't know if it's meant to be Valentine's Day, but it seems Valentine's Day to me. So I plan to do that one, too. I probably won't do the home one, but I'll do this one and then that one is my plan. And Madame Chantilly is one of the designer focus for next year, but I think it's like at the end of the year, like December or November, something like that. Then he showed Rosewood Manor twin samplers, which I had to have. I don't even know what it says on here, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I would probably brighten it up a little bit. What does it say? Down in a green and shady bed. A modest bluebell grew. Its stalks were bent. It hung its head as if to hide from view. Oh. And yet it was a lovely flower, its colors bright and fair. It might have graced a rosy bower instead of hiding there. It's beautiful. It's a Rosewood Manor, one of my favorite designers. And then he showed two Glendon Place. Well, he showed several Glendon Place. Two I had to have. One is called Cruisin, which, I mean, with the black cat on the front of the broomstick, I had to have it. I think it's darling. I don't know when I'll start it, but I wanted it in my stash. And then, I've never done a, well, City Sidewalks is technically a Glendon Place, but it's not a big one. It's an ornament-sized one. But this is Sir Thomas. We need a big, giant turkey with a lot of Mill Hill beads on him, don't we? So I thought that was really cute. And then, the last one that I got, this one just, I fell in love with it. It's by Ingleside Imaginarium, and it's called Fish and Frogs. I don't know, this is so not something I would normally go for, but look how cute they are. I think it reminds me of, do you remember those books, Frog and Toad, and all the little adventures they had? I think it reminds me of that, which is why it speaks to me. And I like kind of the cattails, and I don't know, there's just something about this that I find adorable. And it comes with these fish pins, because you can make it into a drum. I will probably just do it as like something like that, or a pillow. How big is it? 87 by 59. It is not very big. So I just think it's darling. So I had to get that. So that is all Gary's fault. And I think that's all I have. Yeah, that's all I have for haul for this week. Okay, let's get into giveaways now. So for giveaways, I never heard back from Sadie B after 2 weeks for her side Christmas. So I redrew from the original video. And Megan R., you are the new winner for this. Megan R. So I do need your address. If you can, please email me at czukstitch@gmail.com. I will get this sent out to you. And Becky, I still have yours. I have not sent it out yet. I'm just kind of waiting for a stash of them to send out. Okay, we gave away Jolly Jack by All Through the Night. And the winner of this is Susan Compton. Susan, I should have your address, but I don't know that I can find it. Can you email me and resend me your address, please, just in case? Thanks. So, Susan, congratulations. Next up is Falling Leaves by The Mindful Needle. And the winner of this is Jessie Rember. So, Jessie, I know I have your address, so I'll get this in the mail to you. Very cute. Congratulations, Jessie. And Fall Samplings by The Nutmeg Needle. So, Jackie Beechner. So, Jackie, I don't think I have your address, but if you want to email me and send me your address, I'll pop this in the mail, pop it in the mail to you. Jackie, I finally got to meet in person at Stitching in the Wild. And she's a local Pacific Northwesterner. I'm not running out of space on my big desk. Okay, so for this week, let's give away. I have 3 more to give away. So we are first going to give away. This is one of the Sandy ones, meaning that Sandy sent them to me to give away to you. This is by Silver Creek Samplers. This is called Autumn Harvest. Really cute. And if you would, this is open internationally. Just need your address. And yeah, don't say giveaway or win or anything like that. So if you want to be entered to win this, say harvest. This is 84 by 34. And they put it around a little pail, but it would also make a really cute drum. 84 by 34. It calls for gassed, but there is a DMC conversion. Okay, harvest for that one. This next one is Fall for Autumn. This is from my stash. I just don't think I'll stitch it. I have so many that are similar to this. So I thought maybe one of you, so this is brand new. It's just been in my stash. You can tell how glossy it is. It's called Fall for Autumn by Erica Michaels, and say autumn. This is 90 stitches wide by 116 stitches high. So, autumn. Okay, and then in honor of Lahaina, I thought I would give away Pretty Little Hawaii. This is by Satsuma Street. I've already stitched this. I stitched this several years ago, actually. And you can see it has all the landmarks, and included is a little sheet here to tell you what you are stitching. It's a really nice color chart. Calls for DMC. These are take longer than you would think, just because there's a lot of color changes. So this is in honor of Lahaina. I've been holding on to this to give away since I finished it, like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. And I thought there's no better time than now. So if you want to be entered to win this, say Hawaii, Hawaii. Okay. So those are our giveaways for this week. And then our plans for this upcoming week are, we'll continue with Woodland Christmas for 25/7. We'll work on our summer montage. I was thinking, I know I said at one point that I wanted to give it 2 days a week next year, but I think that's just a bit much. As much as I would love to be able to do that, I think I'll feel confined. So that's one of the things that like changes, right, as I think about it, and think about what do I want to do for next year. Like, yeah, I would love to do 2 days a week on these montages to help move them along, because I do want them actually done. But I make good progress 1 day a week, and that will free up another day. You know, that's 4 more days a month, sometimes 5. So I think I'm just going to stick to the seasonless Sunday. My plan is right now through next year. So we'll continue working on summer montage, and then we're going to pull out Thanksgiving Fairy. And I'm going to give Thanksgiving Fairy, I'll give her 3 days. 3 days this week. So this is one of the Pixies by Mirabilia. I got it as a kit, but I'm not using the fabric. And it comes with the beads. Well, I don't know if it probably came with the beads, right? I'm sure it came with beads. I started this with Gary. So my goal, this is on my Year of Whips, which is also a group. It's closed now, run by Melanie Watkins. And so this is where I'm at. I just have the roses in her hand. So I want to give this a good 3 days because I would like to finish it this year. So we'll be seeing quite a bit of her. Fairy Holiday Collection. I have several of these. So I have just like the flowers that she's holding, but I haven't done anything else. It calls for crescent colors, which tells you how old this is. What am I using? I'm using Classic Colorworks. So, same thing. Okay. So that is Thanksgiving Fairy. So that will be good to get some work done on that one. And then I'm going to put 2 days in on Glory to the Newborn King, which when I showed this for my August plans, several of you really, really liked it. And this one is also on my Year of Whips. So I will also be aiming to finish this one this year. So this is what it looks like. It's called Glory to the Newborn King, as you can see right there. And this is a Stony Creek. Let's see. Autumn 2020 issue. This is what the front cover looks like. Autumn 2020. And there's the piece I'm working on right there. I am working on this on a piece of, this is R&R creme brulee, and this is where I'm at. So other than the beads, so there is beads, our beads, that go in up there, and I have the word Christmas. So we got a ways to go on this one. So we'll be seeing her a lot in the next last months of this year. Okay, so that is Glory. And then I am going to give a floral pumpkin a day this week. I think I'm going to work on that tonight. I have, including tonight, I have 3 days where I can give floral pumpkin to try and finish it up. And I think that should be enough. I don't think maybe I won't even need the full 3 days, but maybe I will. I don't know. But I wasn't necessarily trying to finish it this month, but now that I have it out and I'm working on it, I'm like, it'd be great to just get it done this month. And then I can maybe get it FFO'd for fall. So I'll work on floral pumpkin tonight. So those are my plans for the week. So coming up today, Garon Stitching in the Wild tickets go on sale. So at 2 p.m. Central, which is noon my time. So this video might have that time point. So tickets for the 2024 Stitching in the Wild go on sale at 2 p.m. Central Time on the Garon website. So get your tickets. If it's past that time, which it probably will be by the time this video goes up, go check and see. It was a wonderful retreat. My timer is set so I can get on there and get some tickets as well to go. So super excited about that. I think it's $150 and it will be in Montgomery, Alabama next September. AB Singo, I just posted right before this video. I just posted the bingo board and the kind of the rules or instructions for AB Singo, which if you're not familiar with AB Singo, it's an event that Robin and I run through the Magazine Monthly Challenge Facebook group. We do it every September. It's like a back to school kind of, and what it is you make your own bingo board and you use the letters in the alphabet, A through Z. Every year we eliminate one letter because there's only 25 spots on the bingo board. So this year, it was Robin's choice this year, so I'm 100% blaming Robin. She chose T, so there will be no T that you can use. But you can use all the other letters, and you assign a project, and I'll call a letter each evening for the next day. So you will know what you're stitching on during the month. You just don't necessarily know which day you will be stitching on. And I double dip. I double dip with my acrostic for the month. I double dip with, I have multiple projects that will be on my bingo board. So it's not like you need 25 separate projects. If you want to do one project and you can make it fit, you can do that. So that's no problem. It's just 100 stitches or 1 hour per call. And then it's the same as it's always been every year. That's why I put in the event. If you've done this before, it's exactly the same as it always has been. So you don't need to read through all the information. But if you're new, you can read through the information to learn about what am I supposed to be doing here. So you set your own bingo board, set your own projects, the goal we set for you. But the nice thing, as we do with all of our Bringo, AB Singo events, is that there's only 25 calls, but the event technically doesn't end until September 30th, which means you have 5 days of makeup time. So if you get behind, something comes up, you're taking a trip, something like that. I know Labor Day is in there, so some people might be taking trips and stuff. You still have 5 days at the end of the month to do any makeup that you need to do, which is really, really nice. So that was posted today. So join our magazine. It's under Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge group. Make sure you fill out the questions just so we know you're not a spammer or a robot. We get a lot. You'd be surprised how many we get. Even if you have mutual friends or we're in mutual groups, please still fill out the questions. Otherwise, we will have to decline your invitation. And it's not personal. It's just we don't know. We don't know if it's really you. And we don't care so much what your answers are. It's just, do you have some basic knowledge of cross stitch? Like, I think one of our questions is, who's your favorite designer? Like, we're not going to decline you because you said somebody that isn't our favorite designer, right? We just want to make sure that, like, you kind of have an idea of something cross stitch related, right? So, and sometimes people will, say yes to that question. And then it's like, okay, I don't think this is a legitimate person. So that's AB Single coming up. So we have, 2-3 weeks to start planning, which is super exciting. The other super exciting thing, so we have the Garon Stitching in the Wild tickets. We have AB Single coming up. And the other super exciting thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to, in this video, work on uploading it, put everything away. And then I am going to film the Shop With Me video for the needlework, is it Marketplace, using the Garon website. So Market, the deadline to get those pre-orders into Garon is the 19th, I think, of August. So you'll have a week, so that's why I want to get it filmed today, start uploading it. It might be uploaded later tonight. But I'm hoping it won't be a super long video, but it might be a 3-hour video. So watch for that, but try to make plans. I'm telling you now so that you can try to make plans to watch it this week so that you can get your pre-orders in for Garon. So watch for the Shop With Me video coming later this weekend, and then I have a list of other videos. I even have all my notes already written out for my floss organization video. I just haven't had a chance to film that, but I might be able to film that tomorrow if I'm not already talked out. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay cool, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.